Greetings and felicitations, YouTube. We're back with another matchup from the Aspiring Champions tournament hosted on Wicked's Twitch just this past weekend. This is another battle from round two. So we're in the final 8 is the story here. Both of these players have already won a game. It's Ironthunder versus Hakai. Ironthunder is Tomb Kings, Hakai is Wood Elves. Here's a matchup you don't see too often. Ironthunder here has taken Cetra, the Imperishable. I'm actually not sure what lore that is for the hero that's supporting him. 5 units of Tomb Guard with halberds, and each one with an XP chevron. 4 units of skeleton archers, 2 units of carrion, and 2 tomb scorpions. I love this army. Are you kidding me, Ironthunder? That is one heck of a pick. And I hope it has enough speed and looks like a rather boxy formation. I don't think he's going for as much speed as I was thinking. I was hoping he'd have enough speed to counter some superior Wood Elf play, but let's just see what happens here. That mage, by the way, is a Lich Priest of Light. I'm surprised I didn't recognize that. And on board he has Foz, Protection, Good Call, Shem's Burning Gaze. I love that spell from back in the old day. Net of Amantok, and Curse of Ksar is the ability. Minus 60 armor hex that it can put on the enemy. Interesting. Okay, so carrying off, flying in the woods, not hidden, unfortunately, but these two guys back here are hidden. The Tomb Scorpions can forward deploy. Ooh, I did not know that. Are you kidding me here? So what is their construct? They have Vanguard deployment. Wow, never would have thought of that. All right, so the Wood Elf player. So we have a front line here of Eternal Guard. Plenty of XP dropped on them. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, each one has 3 XP ranks already on them. There's a Wildwood Ranger up front in the center. A Warrens of Sithril Wildwood Rangers right behind them. Supported by a Glade Lord on foot. Glade Lord on Deerback. Okay. We also have Glade Guard. 3 units of just normal. And then in the back, 2 War Dancers with Azrai Spears, some of my favorite units in the game, and a Spellslinger of Shadows with, let's see the spells, etc. The spells on the Spellslinger, we've got a Power Stone for more recharge rate and power reserves. We've got the Petemple Pendulum and Melkoff's Mystifying Miasma. If you're going to take 2 spells, those are the 2 I would take. Maybe Pit of Shades as well, but this is a cool deployment. I love the potential Tomb Scorpion ambush back here. This is going to be really neat. So this is the same map as the other game, and let's go ahead and put this into play so we can get this action on the move. Yep, Tomb Guard, the Tomb Kings player is not just going to sit back. They're going to go ahead and start slowly marching forward. Keeping their units together is probably the wisest thing to do at this stage. The Carrion, however, can do some work to try and single out enemy units, especially Glade Guard, and see what they can do about taking apart their skirmishers. The strategy I would love to see is if the Wild Riders get spread out enough, the Carrion can go in and try to pin one unit down. But they can only really do that if they're close enough to the Tomb Scorpion. They only have a speed of 50, so they need something to help them pin down the Wild Riders, because they would be able to win that engagement. Wild Riders are now kind of splitting up, trying to help support both flanks. There's a lot of repositioning going on here as the bulk of the 2 armies try to get into position for one another. The Carrion are... This is a wise call from the Tomb Kings player. Go ahead, scout out the woods around your army. Make sure you're not being ambushed by Wood Elves, because, hey, that is a very popular tactic from Wood Elves. Alright, so this Wild Rider is now moving further off to the right flank. That one's kind of staying back. They're both wary of potential ambushes from one another. The Tomb Scorpions may have been seen transitioning from one cover to the next. That remains to be seen if the Wood Elf player noticed them. But here go the bulk of the two armies getting closer together now. I'm going to put it back into regular motion, and we're about to see some ranged fire from the Glade. From the Glade Guard, they're going to get the first shot on these Tomb Guard with halberds. Tomb Guard are going to win the infantry fight, hands down. They're taking a little bit of damage, not a lot, a little, and then the skeleton archers are going to move up. They're going to have the ranged advantage because there's 4 of them. They're going to single out individual units of Glade Guard. They're actually going to win this fight. Look at that, the Glade Guard doing great damage to the Eternal Guard. The Wildwood Riders, I think if they had gone in and hit the already wounded unit of Tomb Guard, they might have been able to pull through right away and get into the Skeleton Archers. Tomb Guard, you can see the plan here. He just wants to create a bubble with which to protect his Skeleton Archers, it seems. And the Archers are going to start targeting the Eternal Guard rather than go after the range units of his opponent. Meanwhile, the Kyrian have dropped in. They're trying to silence the archers of the enemy. The Spellslinger of Shadows tries to silence the Skeleton Archers. He actually just about routs one. He's also put in his Tomb Scorpions to try and stop the enemy's ranged attacks. And this unit this one Tomb Scorpion is going in to help try and turn the tide against the infantry over here. Fun fact with Tomb Scorpions: their anti-armor is good enough that they can actually double as anti-large in some scenarios. And look at that! Takes a huge chunk out of the Wild Riders, and they have no choice but to try and go off and find greener pastures. So, if I'm Wild Riders, my idea now is I need to get behind all this anti-large and get right into the Skeleton Archers. It's the best bet I have of being successful. Ooh, look at the damage this one's taking from that combined Glade Guard fire. That's brilliant, right, what's happening over here. And the Azrai Spears are the perfect units to have on hand to help try and take care of a Tomb Scorpion. Another Penemple Pendulum right across the line of Tomb Guard, which is the right target. Maybe would have been better starting here and then aimed this way, or back in that corner and going down this line. Cetra the Imperishable is now mixed up with the infantry fight as well. The Tomb Guard, like I said, we're going to win this infantry fight one way or the other from the very beginning. Wild Riders getting chased off by a Tomb Scorpion. Just the mere presence of it is enough to scare them back, leaving the Skeleton Archers to continue to hound and harass the enemy infantry and enemy archers. This Tomb Scorpion's still alive, but yeah, it's going to be in trouble very, very quickly here. Looks like the Azrai Spears are trying to leave the critter alone. There's a lot of back and forth play here. Oh, well, now the Azrai Spears are hoping they stick with it, especially the Wardens of Sithral. But that Tomb Scorpion is going to get a piece of the Glade Guard. The Skeleton Archers are still in great condition and have plenty of ammo. And they're lined up. Yep, they're taking shots now at the... or they were trying to take shots at the Glade Lord, but he's going to dodge most of those shots. The Wild Riders are regrouping. And now the... Ooh, here comes another Penumbral Pendulum. Oh, just deleted 2 particularly weak units. But they've got to start watching their backsides, because here comes those Wild Riders again. And the Glade Guard are now returning fire. We are thoroughly mixed in it here. The Spellslinger is actually also... The Spellsinger is actually in melee. There we go. I love watching the magical attacks on that. And a net on the Tomb Scorpion. What is that going to get you? It's going to get you some... Wardens, Azrai Spears to get in there. Yeah, some work that net did, because it's still going to be able to move around in its animations. And here comes some healing, and we have a Ushabti summon that could happen at any minute. And it looks like it's coming down right here, right in between 2 spear units. I'm not sure that's the right call. I might have tried to have put it on the back end of this blob here, maybe break it, or to put it in front of the Wild Riders. because here come the Wild Riders right for the Skeleton Archers. He did bring back a Tomb a Tomb Guard to help out. And oh, that is what you want the Net of Ammontok for. But can he get anything in there to make a difference? He's running. Those Tomb Guard on their slow little cruddy legs are doing everything they can to get there. One unit gets away, the other one's still stuck. They're getting the archers. Cetra's running in with his giant scepter. And that's when the net runs out and the Wild Riders are going to escape. That is the speed I was talking about. The Tomb Guard are greatly lacking. The balance of power is now solidly in the favor of the Tomb Kings. The Glade Guard are almost done. The Tomb Guard are still doing everything they can to screen off the Wild Riders. Wild Riders are doing everything they can to get around them just to deal more damage to the archers. Big hit. Huge hit. But with Tomb Guard right behind, they have to pull through as quickly as possible. And that is exactly the command he's doing. They're moving straight through and going over to the next target. Tomb Scorpions continue to rack up kills. This one's now at 34. There's another net down. That Glade Lord is routed. The War Dancers are thoroughly mixed up now with Tomb Guard, with Cetra, who's in great health. I wonder if there's still another Tomb Scorpion somewhere. The archers who have regrouped, they're trying to just pepper that thing down as best they can. Here's another... No, that's a Carrion chasing off a Glade Guard. Not a bad call. I think that unit's shattered now. They can come back to the battle and try and break and shatter these last two archers here. This one's going to be solidly in the hands of Tomb Kings. There's not much of a chance for the Wood Elves at this stage. Here comes a route. Chain route. There it is. Good job to the Tomb Kings. Can't wait to see some kills here. How that other Tomb Scorpion did before it bit the dust. 42 and 20 kills for both of them. Archers with a respectable amount of damage, 51, 46 kills. And the Tomb Guard earning a lot of experience. 57, 54, and 61 kills. In particular, they would have been useful against the Wildwood Rangers. 41 kills on Cetra, who was running in there on foot. You'll love seeing that one. 19 kills on the Glade Lord. 74 from the Penumple Pendulums. Gotta love that. The Eternal Guard, even with the extra XP, could not hold up. Unfortunately, they stood their ground a little bit longer than they should have, but they did great. The Tomb Kings did great to defeat them solidly with this quintuple Tomb Guard of the Halberd lineup. What a call. And then War Dancers, the Azrai Spears were spent just exhausted. They just ran around too much. There wasn't too much they could really do. And then the Wardens of Sithril, the Wildwood Ranger with spears. I mistook them for Azrai Spears for a while. And the Glade Guard, unfortunately outmatched. And a great showing from the Wild Riders. These guys always impress. For being low in armor piercing, low in anti-large or anti-infantry, they're just a really good light cavalry unit. Great bang for the buck. So, well done to Ironthunder and to Hakai. I mean, this was a really fun fight to watch. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I'll see you in the next video.